What's up guys, it's your boy Beatty, back again with another video. Just finished cooking my meal up. Let me show you guys what I got. I got about 12 ounces of tilapia. That's about 6 ounces of rice and another 5-6 ounces of broccoli. So being that it's leg day, I like to keep the meal a little light. So it's usually gonna be like a protein shake, something like that, or like a fish and rice meal. Something easy to digest, you know, it's not gonna sit on my stomach too long. Just quick, fast, and then I'll be ready to train in another hour. So I'm gonna down this, and I'll see you guys at the gym for legs. All right, we just got to the gym. About to hit some squats. Waiting for the squat rack. Shouldn't be too long after that. How you feeling, Luke? Ready?
A little tired.
A little tired, but you ready?
I'm ready, dude. I'm gonna hit a PR.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
PR? I bet. I'm gonna try to get a PR too. I think I want to go for 7th place, but I gotta feel it. I'll try 6 1/4, see how that feels, and then maybe I'll go for 7. Let's see.
Push to on the track, nigga.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
Come on, Luke. Yeah. I'm gonna be into my shit.
You. You look a little heavy, but a little heavy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, come on, Luke. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, come on. Come on, Luke.
There. 10-piece nuggets, chicken nuggets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. This last one's for the fucking hell of it. Jeez. And then he's like, helps you too much. Now I gotta wait till next week. Yeah, or
Yo, I can't even hold it up there, man.
what's up, baby?
What's up,
This is Phase Music.
Alright guys, just finished legs. I hope you guys can hear me. I didn't bring my mic today. Just didn't feel like carrying a bunch of equipment, to be honest with you, so there's no mic. Let me know if the sound is good. Hope so. But anyways, just killed legs, man. Listen, this shit was next level today. This shit was next level today. I literally, like, I was having like out of body experiences. Like, my soul was coming out. I was seeing myself squat from like a bird's eye view. Like, it was crazy. This was some spiritual, next level spiritual shit today. Like, all jokes aside, like, I was like, I don't know, I was like in a complete different world. Like, I pushed my body like way harder than I've pushed it in a long time. Like 635 for reps, and then the 500 really 500s for reps after that really like screwed me up bad, to the point that I tried doing I was gonna do 4 or 5 for like 15 reps. I did 1 rep and I was like, my body was shutting down. I was like, no way, no way. And then you're very rarely are you gonna see me like, I don't want to call it quit, but like stopping my workout short or stopping the exercise short. Very rarely will you see that, because just my pride and my ego won't let me do that. But the way my body felt after that, I was like, hell no. So it's important to know when to call it too. I'm not saying I'm not saying be a pussy and just, you know, like wimp out anytime you feel tired, you know, but when you really gave it your all and your body is telling you no, at all costs no, like everything is shaking and everything is beat up, and a weight that you can usually rep out 20 times, you can barely get 1 rep, it's time to stop. So it's very important to know when to call it as well. So I called it at that for the squats and just killed it with a bunch of volume. So I think that suffices, and I think that was some good work. Well, I don't think, that was definitely some good work. And then you guys seen the rest of the workout. I don't have to explain it. You guys saw what I did. Yeah, that's a wrap. I'm gonna hit some cardio and I'm gonna head back home. See you guys back at the crib.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to a new YouTube video. I feel like lately I've been doing these videos and I've just been kind of putting them out, and I'm just like so focused sometimes when I'm in the gym and training that I don't really talk to you guys much. So, hold on, let me fix the camera. There we go. So, I wanted to get back, you know, get more personal with you guys like I used to in my older, you know, some of my old videos. You know how sometimes where you want to, like, I guess, elevate the quality of your content, and sometimes you get lost into that. You get lost in the editing and, you know, the cool edits, and I got a better camera and better sound system, and you kind of get lost in that, and you kind of lose what makes you, you know what I'm saying, as far as actually talking and informing, you know, teaching and kind of spreading knowledge, things like that. And, you know, I kind of want to get more back to that. You know, I get a good amount of emails and DMs about people asking, you know, different questions and stuff like that, and it kind of reminds me that a lot of people follow me or watch me for knowledge. They want to learn more about bodybuilding. They want to learn about getting big. They want about getting lean and things like that, right? They want to buy gear, you know, supplementation, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna hit you guys with a Q&A. Haven't done these for a long time, but recently one of my subscribers on YouTube sent me some really good questions. I always say at the end of my videos, like, leave comments of videos you guys want to see in the future, or leave questions or something like that. And I really like the questions he sent, man. He sent some really good questions. Sometimes you see some of the same questions that you've answered 100 times, like how to get big arms and things like that, and it's kind of, you know, you don't want to, you know, keep answering that same question, you know. So this guy actually sent me some really good questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer them. All right, so let me give him a shout out first of all. His Instagram is his YouTube is Levi Jordan. Shout out Levi. Question number 1. Levi asks, Patrick Tor said, if you need a cheat meal, then you're mentally weak and you don't have your diet in check. How do you feel about this? That's kind of a tough one to answer. I get what he's saying. It's like that hardcore mentality, right? The old school hardcore roughneck mentality. That can be very helpful in a world that is starting to get a little too soft. I get it. But at the same time, listen, we're all human beings. We all got feelings, we all got emotions. So needing a cheat meal, is it weak? I wouldn't say, I guess it can be weak if you let a cheat meal stop you from your goals. You can consider that weak. I could see that. But if the cheat meals aren't hindering your goals, so I actually watched it, you know, when he was on Fuad, and he's basically saying that the cheat meal doesn't help. Like, basically, if the cheat meal doesn't help you, then you're bullshitting, right? Like, you're weak if it's not helping you. I would phrase it differently. I would say if the cheat meal doesn't stop you from reaching your goals, then that's fine. So a lot of coaches do cheat meals. You know, I would say more coaches do cheat meals than don't. Either because you absolutely need a cheat meal. Sometimes you know you need something along those lines. You never have to do a cheat meal. You can just do clean food. You could do a steak with potato with extra fat, you know, mashed potatoes. You can get real food and still get a refeed, so you don't have to do the cheat. But if you're getting to get all these calories and sodium anyways, might as well make it fun. Like, I don't believe in suffering just for the sake of suffering. If you're suffering to get better, then I'm all for it. But I don't believe in suffering just for the sake of it, just to feel more hardcore. So if you can have a burger and fries and get the same exact effect as having steak, potato with extra salt, then why not have the burger and fries if you enjoy it more? You know what I'm saying? Don't ban yourself from having something that can benefit you, right? I don't believe in that. If it benefits you the same way, you're not any weaker for doing the other. But I think he's trying to use that to prove a point that, you know, people can be soft when it comes to dieting, and I agree with that. Like, some people are too big on cheat meals. I need a refeed, bro. Refeed, cheat. I'm flat, bro. Like, they're just looking for an excuse to cheat. And if you're doing that, then that is weakness. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely weakness. I guess he's right, but the way he phrases it kind of comes off a little wrong, and a little kind of sounds trying too hard to be hardcore, right? Like, just say, like, if you have cheat meals that are not scheduled, then you're just not gonna do well. I think that's pretty straightforward and obvious. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you need to call anybody weak per se, but that's how he feels, and I can see you can make a argument for that he's right. Me personally, I do give cheat meals. For like refeed days, I'll have a cheat meal in there. That is if you're going according to plan. If the weight loss is going according to plan, you can have cheat meals. But if not, if you're not making the progress you should be making, then no cheat meals. Second question: if you pay a top coach $4 grand for a prep and he doesn't hit your peak on show day, are you going to be mad, or are you going to let it slide and give him another chance? If I pay a coach $4 grand and he doesn't peak me for a show, am I going to be mad, or am I going to let him slide? Well, I'm always going to be mad if I don't feel like I came the best I can come. But mad at him per se, depends how off we're talking. So if I miss my peak, then I obviously got to give him another chance to learn my body. Like if he's only been working for me for not that long, he doesn't know my body, he needs to learn. So I would definitely give him another chance. If this is an ongoing thing, I'm just never hitting my peak with the same coach, and I'm following everything to the T, completely giving, you know, my putting my whole prep into his hands, then that's a problem. Then I'm gonna have to go elsewhere, obviously, because it's just not working. But I think people are too fast to jump coaches these days, because they kind of want to steal everything from every coach, which I get it from a knowledge standpoint, but you can't steal experience. That's not something you can steal. Like knowledge and the way guidelines, you can steal that, but you can't copy experience. That's something you just need to get. But definitely give your coach another chance, you know, if that's what you're asking. Second chance, third chance even. But eventually, if he just can't peak you, and you got to be honest with yourself, are you following it to the T? Because a lot of people think they're following stuff, and then they're really not. They just half-assing it. Third question: I know people generally say you shouldn't touch tren or trest toxic compounds early in your career, but can you start GH as soon as possible, and would it be worth it? I wouldn't put tren and trest alone, is what he's referring to, in the same conversation. They both can have pretty harsh side effects, but I think with tren you get more results and a little bit less side effects, I would say, than trest alone. But that's not even the question. The question is, can you start GH as soon as possible, and would it be worth it? Listen, you can do anything. Anybody could do anything they want. If you choose to start GH early in career, that's up to you. Most people can't because you can't afford it, and there has to be some kind of stepping stones. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a third grader, you're not gonna be like, oh my god, these tests are so hard, let me take Adderall. I'm gonna just take Adderall so I can pass the test. No, there's levels to this. You don't just right away jump to Adderall. You're gonna be like, you know what, let me try to study more, let me study harder, let me try getting a tutor. You know what I'm saying? Let me try getting more sleep. Oh, I can't sleep, maybe I'll use this like ZMA to help me go to sleep. Maybe like you'll exhaust every other option before trying a certain drug, right? So you don't just hop and say, you know what, I just been working out for a year, I think I know what I'm doing, GH. You know, it doesn't really benefit you right off the gate. So like I said, if a third grader takes Adderall, it might help him out, but it's like, so would a tutor. A tutor will help him out just as much. So if you're just beginning early in career, maybe a coach would help you more than GH, right? Actually learning what to do properly, you would yield a lot more results than actual GH. So I would invest my money elsewhere. GH is really very expensive if you're getting real stuff, not no fake stuff. If you're getting real stuff, it's actually pretty expensive. So using all that money on GH to yield, you know, very minimal results, and you probably don't really know what you're doing, then it wouldn't be worth it. So use that money better and actually hire a coach and have him decide when you shop on GH. You know, obviously a good reputable coach. If you can't make gains off of gear, then GH won't help you. So If you're telling me you're early in your career and you're on juice and you're training and you're dieting and you can't make adequate gains, something's off. And it's not the GH that's missing. There's something wrong. You know, you're just not doing something properly. Get a coach to teach you how to do things properly, and I guarantee you, you'll see results. GH won't change anything if that's the case. So no, it's not worth it. Do you think there's gonna be another dominant Mr. Olympia, or do you see the winner switching up after every year? Right now, I don't see a dominant Mr. Olympia. I don't think Brandon Curry is gonna be super dominant. But if you look at it, well, who's gonna beat him? Nobody so far. You know, Hunter Labrada has been getting a lot of attention and a lot of people saying future Mr. O right now, but he's nowhere close to Brandon Curry right now. It's not even close. When you see them, you know, together, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's not that kind of thing now. I've heard some people say Flex is gonna beat Brandon Curry. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. When you see them standing together, you'll see the difference. You know, Flex ain't. Well, we don't know what Flex we're gonna get. That's the thing. But 212 Miss Olympia, Open Miss Olympia, they're different. There's a complete different. Listen, Brandon is not much taller than Flex. We're talking about 1 inch maybe, if that, barely 1 inch. But we're talking about 212 versus 245. So we're talking about a good 30 pounds, over 30 pounds. Flex, yeah, Flex might come in a little bigger, but listen, don't let these people fool you. Flex is not gonna be no 225, 230 pounds, okay? Looking good in pictures 6 weeks out is one thing. Looking good on stage is different, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe he was losing a ton of muscle to make 212. Yes, I believe it was, he had to suck down like everybody else sucks down. You know, amateur suck down, other 212 competitors suck down, classic physique got everybody sucking down. I don't think he was just peeling off, you know, all these, you know, tons of muscle just to get in shape. I don't believe that personally. He's always made weight, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it was that huge of an issue, or he would have switched a long time ago. So I think Brandon Curry is gonna win a handful of times. I think he's probably gonna win 3, 4, maybe even 5 times before it's all said and done, just because I don't see anybody challenging him right now at the moment. I don't think Bonac is gonna beat him. I don't think Hattie is gonna beat him. Don't think Flex is gonna beat him. I think he's gonna continue to win until somebody comes up. Somebody comes up behind him and gets him, you know. I don't see that person yet, you know. People that come to my mind is Quentin Beastwood, Regan Grimes, even a Nick Walker. I know he's still amateur, but I'm talking about strictly potential from an age perspective and development. I think he's up there too. So we talking about, you know, guys that it's probably gonna take them maybe 5 years to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? No offense to them, but it takes a while. It just takes a while to catch up. Excuse me. Brandon Curry isn't getting any younger, so he's gonna decline a little bit and they're gonna come up strong, you know what I'm saying? You even got a guy like Nathan Diasha, still pretty young. You got Hunter Labrada. I think Hunter is gonna, you know, be at that upper echelon too. Patrick Moore isn't that young. People think he's young because he looks pretty young, but you got Patrick Moore, Sergio Oliva. You got some good guys. I don't think any of them are gonna beat Brandon Curry. Brandon doesn't get as much respect as he should. He's pretty freaky, man. He's pretty freaky. People have a short memory, you know what I'm saying? So they don't remember. Like, you're gonna see his pics going into Olympia too. He's gonna be posting some pics. You're gonna remember how freaky he can get pretty fast. I don't think we're gonna see a domination like Phil Heath, Ronnie, you know, Lee, Dorian, anytime soon, personally. Next question. Why do people lower carbs and increase fats on rest days when science shows you can't increase insulin sensitivity in 1 day? I don't know anybody who does that, but I know people who lower carbs. They don't increase fats, but they lower carbs, and that's because they feel that they don't need the carbs because they're not burning anything. They're not training, so they don't need the glycogen, and they just don't want to gain weight, I guess, on their rest day. I don't agree with this because the carbs, I believe you're carb loading for the next day. So I don't have high carbs on my leg day. I have high carbs on the day before leg day, because If I have high carb workout, high carb.
I see a lot of people copying my videos are holding up an apple when they're rapping, trying to do it like I do.
I just missed out. You know, I'm wasting these high carbs for post-workout. Well, I don't need it. I mean, I'm gonna say you don't need carbs post-workout, but well, the workout's over. How much carbs do you need after you've already trained legs? I want the most carbs, most glycogen, you know what I'm saying, most full, you know, strongest I can be before the workout. So I want to get as much carb that I can long before the workout, so my muscles are full of glycogen and ready to go. All the carbs are stored and ready to go, so I can kill leg day. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of carbs after the workout. That's kind of like besides the point. So me personally, I don't believe in lowering your carbs on your rest days personally. I'd rather keep it consistent, and then depending on how you're looking, maybe have a refeed or a high carb day a couple of times there. If you're carb cycling, then that kind of makes sense. You kind of, you know, split it up however you want to split it up. But if your leg day is after your rest day, and on your rest day you have low carbs, and then you have legs the next day, you're gonna have a pretty shitty leg day if you just had a low carb day the day before. So I'm not a big preacher in that personally. What is the biggest cycle you've ever ran, and was it worth it? What's the longest cycle you've ever ran? Ooh, this is juicy now. I actually get this question a lot. Like, people are interested with that. I don't think anybody's gonna go try it. You know, I hope not. But I think people are they're curious. You know, what do big guys do, right? My biggest cycle ever was a contest prep cycle, of course. What show? I think it was the Brooklyn Grand Prix. I think it was a local show, which is even like worse. You don't need that for a local show. But at the peak, this wasn't consistent. This was kind of like what I worked up to. Kind of worked up and tapered up and down. But at the highest point, the test was, these were my younger days, so I wasn't super meticulous. I wasn't writing a bunch of stuff down and stuff, so these might be, you know, give or take a couple of grams. But test, I've done over 2 grams of test in that prep, over 2 grams of test. I did probably about a gram of EQ. This wasn't necessarily all at the same time, but it kind of overlapped or whatnot. You know how it goes. About a gram of EQ. I got up to the peak 2 weeks out. I did a gram of tren 2 weeks out. Didn't do a gram of tren the whole prep out, obviously, or I probably would have not felt too good. And I'm not big on orals. I can't eat on orals, but I'm sure I'll do some orals in there, probably Winnie, Anavar, 50 milligrams each, something like that, until I couldn't eat anymore. Then I had to take it out. It's usually what happens. Usually put it in there, can't eat, and I have to take it out. But I'm sure I tried it anyways. That's what I used to do. So I wasn't doing GH at the time. So gear wise, so I guess that is my biggest cycle gear wise. Over 2 grams of test, gram of EQ, gram of tren, and some orals. Probably leaving some stuff out, because if I know myself back then, I was kind of just like doing all the cutting agents. So I was doing T3 clean, you know, you guys know how it goes. Sure, I had Master on in there. Couldn't tell you how much, but it was in there. Yeah, that's probably my biggest cycle. And that's definitely my biggest cycle. But it kind of ebbs and flows so much. Like, I taper up and then taper back down, so there's like no exact amount the whole way through, you know what I'm saying? So, but that was about the peak of it. So yeah, and he said, was it worth it? No, like, I mean, that didn't do anything but probably just diminish my health, you know, a bit. Obviously in this sport, everything kind of diminishes your health. That's why you have a health phase after a competition phase, because you kind of have phases where your health kind of takes a hit and then you bring it back up, take a hit, bring it back up. So I'm not saying contest prep is supposed to be healthy, but I could have gotten better results, literally. Not just as good, I could have got better results on half of that. And I know this for a fact because I've done half of it and gotten better results from it. So it's just, it's overkill. I always give the analogy, you know, if you have a headache, you take 1 Advil, you feel a little better. You take 2 Advil, you feel great. You take 20 Advil and you feel like shit. And you kind of, you know, you do some harm to yourself. So it's the same thing, right? You know, or I say your first day in the gym, if you do 1 set for back, you don't really elicit that much growth. You do 6 sets for back, good. Now you're gonna elicit some growth. You do 50 sets for back, and now you know you're doing more harm than good. So there's always a point of diminishing returns. Like, you gotta relax. Like, you don't need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? And me talking to my younger self, I just had to find out for myself. Like, you know, I heard people say you don't need that, whatever. I just want to try it for myself. I'm like, will this get me, you know, will this make me look crazy? Let's see. And it didn't make me look crazy, obviously. Or if it was that easy, guess what? Everybody would be on the Olympia stage. Everybody at LA Fitness, these guys tell me this, like, all these LA Fitness and Gold's Gyms guys, they would all be on Olympia stage with the shit they're taking. So that ain't it, obviously. That's why I always tell people get a coach too, because coaches they'll shoot you straight usually. Time they're like, what are you doing? Like, it's dumb. So get a coach and listen to your coach. Don't say, oh, well, this coach is only telling me that because he wants to be safe. That's not what he really tells his real clients. Just listen to the coach, man. Last question. Is the goal to compete at the Mr. Olympia? Oh, he's talking to me. Is your goal to compete at the Mr. Olympia, or are you not putting your life into bodybuilding like that? Good question. At one point, my goal was definitely to become a pro and make my way to the Olympia stage. These days, I'm finding that you gotta make a living. You have to make a living, you know. I have friends that turned pro, got their pro card. They're making no money, And money isn't everything. You gotta chase your passion, but we gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? I gotta eat. You can't even continue to chase your bodybuilding dreams without money, so you gotta get the money. So I've been focusing a lot on business, doing a lot of social media stuff now, and I still wanna get my pro card though, I ain't gonna lie. Still wanna get my pro card, and honestly, I think I will. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for those announcements. But yeah, so right now I think my goal is to get my pro card. As far as Olympia stage, what I have to do to get there, I don't know if I'm willing to do it, and I don't even know if my body can handle it, to be completely honest with you. Not everybody's body can handle that kind of stress, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I want to even push that far, to be completely honest with you. So I don't even think about that much, but I will get that pro card though. Holla at me. But anyways, that's the end of the Q&A. Hope you guys like that, and let me know if you guys want to see more Q&A type videos. And if you don't like it, be like, nah, fuck that, stop making that shit. But that's a wrap. Finna go hop in the shower and then go eat. I'll catch y'all later. Alright guys, so hold up. There we go. Alright guys, so about to eat my last meal before I head to bed. Let me show you guys what I got. I got 9 ounces of lean ground beef, and I got about 5 ounces of pasta. All right, why 5 ounces? Because I'm keeping my carbs low. I'm actually on a diet, so you could even say a prep, maybe. I don't know yet. I'll let you guys know in the upcoming videos. Stay tuned for that. Your boy might be I ain't gonna say it yet, but just stay tuned. Anyway, that's my last meal. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here because that Q&A was long as hell. So that's gonna take up most of the video. I don't wanna have no hour-long videos here on YouTube, so I'll keep it at that. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at BeattyFall. Email me for coaching at BeattyFall@iCloud.com. Shoot me a DM if you want to chat. Shoot me an email if you have any questions regarding anything. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Game.